So I am the founder and the president of that nonprofit. I seen a need that in the community that there weren't enough caregivers in the world. Caregivers are the people that take care of the elderly, the disabled, medically fragile. They're the ones that allow us to live with decency and dignity in our homes as we age out. And so I wanted to do something about it. It's personal to me. I have an adult daughter. Her mother and I are still 75% of the care she needs. I drive into town 40 miles every night to provide her overnight care. My wife spends the weekend with her. And someday we're going to leave her behind. All parents have that in their mind that they're going to leave their child behind. But I'm going to leave a child with a disability behind that can't care for herself. And that literally keeps me up at night sometimes. So I'm doing something about it for everybody. You can't cut hair, you can't paint fingernails, and you can't serve a drink at a bar without something that certifies you to do it. And yet we allow one human to go care for another human with zero training. So we're creating a career field. We're creating standardized training. We're incentivizing people to become caregivers because right now we're short in the thousands, in the tens of thousands just in Michigan. Okay, I first had the idea really in 2016. I started thinking about this because up until then, my daughter right now is 32. But in 2016, she wanted to move into her own apartment. We wanted her to move in her apartment. We wanted her to be independent. And so then that meant we needed caregivers. And when I started to call what were supposedly seasoned caregivers, it sickened me to my core that these people were trying to apply for a job to care for a human. I wouldn't have hired any of them to care for a pet. And so that really started the process right there, that I needed to have help caring for my adult daughter. And there was nobody out there or no company that I could find at the time that I would even consider hiring. Many of the obstacles were the concern of failure. You know, that's always a big thing. If I'm going to start something and then I'm going to go public with it, that I have to maintain it, that I have to go on. I was a one-person show. I had the blessing of my wife, and then we had the financing. We started it out of our pocket, and we financed it to get it going. Wow, that's an interesting question. I think probably that I don't give up. When I set my mind to it, I think it out. I'm not usually very spontaneous, and I did a lot of thinking, a lot of asking, going to a lot of different levels of people that do this for a living or whatever. But my strength is that when I sink my teeth into it, you ain't never going to get rid of me. We're going to do it, and we're going to succeed. So I reached out to them in the concept phase that I had decided to do it, but now how to do it and how to get that word out. So then I went to people I already knew and to an organization that I had already worked for and people that I had a lot of confidence in that knew the answers to what I wanted to do. And so it was a pleasant first meeting with a lot of creative people. And then they knew how to help me down the path of now tell the world what I want to do, gather other people that want to help me do what I want to do and what I am going to do. Before I even became the 501, I didn't have the thing back from the federal government that said, yeah, we believe in what you want to do and want to give you that status as a nonprofit public charity. And then so preparing to go public with that, that's when Invent NMU stepped in and guided me down the road to do that. Well, I think the most memorable was the energy and enthusiasm and the creativity of the people that were there. Is there a specific one? That they would believe in what I was saying. They would gather around and lean forward and listen. And then they would already right then, I'm a little old. I kind of go back and go, well, I'll do that when I get back home. And they're already on their computer creating a poster or creating some dialogue. And then, one of the most enjoyable things is that they would actually give me homework when we were done. They would summarize what we came through and they would give us a point paper to say, this is what we need from you so we can do our work. And actually, that was very enjoyable. Oh, boy. I'll tell you what, the first success I had was the people that joined. The moments that mean the most is, and I'll just call it what it is, it's divine intervention. That's probably the number one success that I look around, and the good people, the dozens of people that want to be part of this and lend their talents to it is actually overwhelming and humbling. I would tell them to get the right help. I would tell them to go over to Invent NMU and talk to the people over there that can advise you and help you. I'd tell you to go to Grow and Lead, a nonprofit right here in Marquette. And you don't have to be from Marquette, but anyway, that know how to help new companies grow and flourish and do the right steps along the way. But the bottom line is, I'd tell you, if it's your passion, do it. just do it. Ask for advice, ask for help, ask to see if there's a mentor out there that could help you that has gone before you, but just do it. I think that's stealing a line from somebody that sells tennis shoes, but just do it. What they can do is listen to our message, support our message, understand that this system is horribly broke, start thanking caregivers for what they do, start providing that recognition, and then go to our website and donate.